Hello, hello, hello. Well, wow. I was just looking and we're at over, let's see, we're over 860. I think we're at 865 subscribers for the channel, and I just want to say really thank you. Thank you to everybody. That is wonderful. Um, I'm just, wow. I mean, it was just wasn't that long ago. It doesn't seem like we were at just a few hundred subscribers, and I can remember when I had no subscribers, because that wasn't too awful long ago. Though I admit the channel's a couple of years, well, we're getting close to the 2-year mark so for the channel, so we'll see how all that goes. But anyway, I really appreciate everybody subscribing. That's one thing. That's the only thing I would really ask of anybody, is if you can, just subscribe to the channel. Watch what you want to watch if there's some stuff that you consider to be fun or interesting. But yeah, I would appreciate the subscription. That is, that is one thing that can help the channel right now, and I do appreciate it a lot. It's really cool. So we're doing well on that. I'm looking through. There's a bunch of mods here that I'm entertaining the idea of doing some shows on. Now I will say that there's some things here that, like for field drinks and some of these retextures on the coin pouches, I'm not really looking at doing shows on those. Those don't seem significant enough. I mean, you can kind of decide if you want to download it and check it out. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not saying it doesn't look good. It does, but I just I don't know. It's a lot to if you retexture every little thing and each thing costs you almost 2 megabytes, that seems like that's a big deal. Now, I'm not complaining. Like I say, it really looks good, but I've been looking. There's a lot of these little retextures. Well, maybe this is not the right place, but a lot of these little retextures and stuff that look really nice, but there's so much. It takes up so much space. I don't have space for all that anyway. But nonetheless, back to see, I get distracted so easily. But anyway, getting back to the real thing, I appreciate everybody watching, subscribing. I appreciate the likes and the dislikes, and I appreciate the comments, be they good or bad, and I appreciate the interaction. I try to offer a little help if I can, but for the most part, there's not a lot I can do, like regarding your, the issues you have. The main thing I do is, like when I had an issue here the other day, I go through and I usually start with the newer mods that I know I have in my load order, and I start disabling and enabling those mods to see if they're causing the issue, and they usually are. That's usually the problem, and that's usually how I find the whether it be, would you consider it a conflict or just something wrong, doesn't matter to me. Either way, once I find the issue and find out which mod is giving me the issue, then I have to kind of figure what I'm going to do about that. Usually, because I'm not going to change my whole load order for one mod normally, usually I just let that mod go. Okay, so that's just me. But what you have to do sometimes to figure out some problems is it takes time and effort, and I usually am not going to be able to just totally solve your problem just from you telling me what it is. Sometimes I'll be able to point you in a general right direction, but plenty of times not, because I don't know all the mods you're using, etc., etc. It's a long, that's a whole long subject. It's hard for someone just to say, oh, this is what's wrong. Well, maybe, but without knowing, exactly what you have, it's a little hard to be sure. Now, there is a mod that I would not touch with a 10-foot pole dash. It has doesn't even have a name. This sounds scary. And that's a cheese sword. Well, I don't know about either of those. Those are similar in size. So anyway, I haven't. There's some cool looking stuff here. Like these nightshades sound interesting. I don't know if it's worth it to check out every one. Maybe look at one of them. I might when they get out of work in progress. You see all these things? These things look interesting, but well, one, they're work in progress, but they're, you know, for one item to have its appearance improved a little bit, and for it to be that big, you know, it takes up quite a bit of space. I don't know. I couldn't get into it. I was like, it's a lot. Anyway, but there's some interesting things coming. There's always new interesting mods. Oh, I'm getting off topic again, ain't I? So anyway, my main thing here, I'm so sorry, I'll go right back to it. My main thing here is just to thank y'all for everything, all the watches and interaction, views. I guess I should say views since you didn't give me a watch, that being a timepiece. But thank you for all the views and everything, all the interaction. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, I really do appreciate it, honestly. So, if you haven't subscribed, you know, that's the one thing I would ask of you that you can do for the channel, okay? Once I get over 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to see if we can have the channel monetized. You know, I mean, that's part of the whole deal, right? I just want to see if we can do it. That's part of my long-term experiment, just to see and see how it goes. I'm just interested in seeing how that works out. So, I mean, mainly, you know, I'm doing this just for the fun of it. But on the other hand, if I get to that point and I might as well go ahead and do that, and see how that goes, and it'll give me an idea of what we're looking at. So I mean, long term, I wasn't really thinking that I was gonna be like one of the big, you know, YouTube people or anything like that. That wasn't my plan. My plan was just to try this out and have some fun and do this for a while. And, you know, if it works out, like, you know, we're getting a reasonable, for me, a very reasonable audience. We're getting a bigger audience for me. And I'm like, you know, if the audience is there, if people are interested, I'll keep doing it as long as I can. I do wish, as much as I like Skyrim and Fallout 4, I do wish there were other games that would come out, you know, that would give us the mod option, and there's just not many out there. I mean, I think there's one. What is it? I think it's a farming game or something. You can let me know if you have any interest in seeing the farming game and any mods for it, but I really was not interested in that. So anyway, so here's some things. These are some newer mods that I thought I would at least look at. How many of these will get turned into shows before they get pushed further down the list, I don't know, because I still have a lot of things in the list here that I never got to. So if there's anything specific that you want to see that I did not get to, definitely let me know, because you know, these things are way down my list and there's new stuff coming out every day and I don't know if I'll ever get to them. But if you make a request, I will do a show on them, okay? And it can be an old, I mean, y'all sometimes make requests for old mods. I don't mind that. I'll do a show on it, and if it's something weird and maybe we just have to test it instead of actually doing like a real spotlight, then we'll just test it and we'll see if we can get it to work or how it works, okay? So that's all good. Don't have any problems with that. Now, I'm going to change something a little bit. I'm going to do a mod list video. And I'm going to call it a mod list video because everybody gets all upset about the whole load order thing. I don't care whose load order you follow. You can follow mine. You can follow anybody's. I don't mind, as long as you have some logical idea of what you're doing and some method that works for you. That's really all I care about. You just have some method that works for you in your game, okay? So I'm not putting myself out there as some sort of guru expert or anything, so that's not the idea. That was never my idea. So anyway, so I'm going to change it and I'm going to start calling it like a mod list, and I'll show you the mods I'm using, and if you have any questions about those, like why I'm using that or whatever, then I'll tell you that. But in the mod list too, I'll explain what the mods are that I'm using and why why I'm using them or why I enjoy them. All this, of course, is subject to change, but I am going to do another mod list video, and that's going to be here very shortly. I just need to do it for this, and then I need to do a mod list for Fallout 4. And see, I still have some mods here that I downloaded, and I got them kind of in my load order, but I hadn't done the show on them yet. So I have those to do as well. But I am going to do a mod list for Fallout 4 too. I'm going to do that. Even though it's like right now, my mod list is probably pretty simple. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on with me. Anyway, it's like I'm getting the hiccups. That's terrible. Anyway, I think I got it under control. So I'm going to be doing, I'm going to do a mod list for Skyrim. I should probably do two. I don't know. I don't know if they're different enough. I'm going to do one and show you what I used for this playthrough to get us to Serana with Crom and getting her and starting the Dawnguard stuff. So I'm going to show you that mod list. I have another mod list where I did something for the toaster to be able to play Skyrim on her Xbox, and I may show you that. There's not huge differences, but there are differences in the two. For hers, I focused on slightly different things, though some things are the same, of course. And then I'm probably going to do a mod list for Fallout 4, and I'll show you that. I'm not sure if I'm done with that yet, though, so I might show you some of where I'm trying to build that. And then, let's see. And then I will probably in April or maybe later this month work on doing a new load order for Skyrim. Just something where I just take some newer mods. I mean, it's fun to see the old mods I have and I'm using, but why not shake it up and grab some newer mods, and we could just, put those in our load order and try those out and see what we think of them. And it'll be like a larger test, not like a spotlight or a testing video where we're just looking at a single mod, but it'll be like a larger overall test and kind of just see what we think of things. Alright, okay, so am I done? I think I'm done talking your ear off. Appreciate you watching again, and thank you for subscribing to the channel. Just remember that, let's see, I do have a Discord. I know it's not extremely lively. I do try to put pictures out there, but lately I haven't done as much there. And then I have a Facebook, and I do try to upload pictures there as well, images there. And I do have an Instagram, and I will, what I think of some of the better pictures, I put those over on Instagram. I don't have time to sit and put everything everywhere, but I try to do some stuff, and try to make it so that we have some different places, different things you can look at, different interactions. And you can look up the hashtag OwwThatSmarts for a lot of that stuff, because that's what I use on a lot of things. What else? And of course, I mean, besides Facebook, I also have, I think I listed my email. I think I listed everything, really, that you would need to be able to contact someone. And I do monitor my email pretty good, pretty much every day. So, that would be ways that you could contact me or something if you needed to. And then I'm on Xbox as OwwThatSmarts. That really is my gamer tag, the way I spell it. So you can see me on Xbox Live when I'm on, which is not as much as I would like, believe me, but when I can, I am on. And me and the toaster play most evenings for an hour or two, like last night we did not get to, though I did get to play some yesterday, and I played some Skyrim and stuff, but it just varies from day to day, and I haven't been playing as much because I've kind of let work run over me and stuff, but I'm trying to cut back on that some and get to where I can play more, and maybe I'll be able to stream more again. I'm having some things where, like when I'm streaming, my sound on the stream sounded horrible. But I'm trying to make sure that my recorded sound is definitely good. And I'll work on the streaming sound. If there's some way that I can get this to work for both, I will try to figure that out. But right now, I have to do kind of a 2-mic setup, and it's blah. I'll try to find a way to get around that and do better. But for now, that's just the way it is. Alright, so that's everything. Once again, thank you for everything. Just keep watching. If there's something interesting you want to see, let me know, and we will try to look at it. Now there's some things, of course I can't do, but kind of like that dash, kind of like we were talking about. We had another mod here recently we looked at, and like this dash mod down here, I'm probably not going to look at things like this, because not only is the name suspicious, but there's no description. It's a very small mod. I don't know what it could be. It could be anything. Most of the times I'm not going to mess with work in progress. However, if there's something like this, like the nightshades or this, if you see something like this down here and you'd just like to see it and see if it's, decent, then I would do that, okay? If I can but some of these, like, test, and I'm not going to mess with these because I just don't know what they're doing. Evil glowing axe thing. And this guy keeps saying stuff about cheese, so I don't know what he's up to. I don't really trust this. So, and it could be nothing. It could be perfectly innocent, but it just sounds weird, so Alright, so anyway, so I'm usually not going to mess with those, but if you see something that's interesting, that looks reasonable and fairly safe, like here, they're really trying to do some mods here, so they're not just trying to do something silly or mess you up. So you can let me know. Just like with any of the other mods, if you want to see any of the featured mods ever, let me know. I have actually done a few of these. I played through Bruma a long time ago. I don't think I ever did a show on it, though. I've played the Trial and the Dales of the Stone Legion. We did Volforge. Volforge, I really need to add this to my favorites. Matter of fact, I'm tempted to put this back in my game. Only thing is, I don't know if it'll conflict with my Forgotten Dungeons. But nonetheless, this is a house that is totally outside, and there's no loading to get to it. It's just there. And I did a show on it here, I don't know, what, a month or two ago? Maybe the last time it was in the featured stuff. And I thought it was very good for a player house, and you don't have to have any load screen or anything. So, it's up to you what you like and what you don't like, but it had everything I needed. It had some display cases and mannequins. It gives you a map marker. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? I just don't know if there's any conflicts with it with Forgotten Dungeons, so I'm probably going to experiment with that, but that's going to be something I'm going to do later. See, here I am. I'm all distracted again. Hey, let me just close this up and quit droning on. Alright, so finally, once again, thanks for everything. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later.